Disney's new Snow White remake is falling apart, and the reasons are plain to see. With $300 million already poured into a film that strays far from the beloved 1937 original, the studio seems to be in full panic mode. At the center of this growing mess is a brewing conflict between Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, and Rachel Zegler, Disney's chosen Snow White. As behind-the-scenes tensions heat up, Gadot is effortlessly capturing the spotlight, while Zegler is being pushed into the shadows. This has reportedly left Disney scrambling to repair its image and control the narrative before things spiral further. Could this remake be the breaking point for Disney's increasingly criticized woke agenda? Fans are questioning why the studio insists on changing timeless classics instead of honoring what made them special. Many believe this risky reimagining could backfire, creating more backlash than box office magic. And wow, this one's a real head-scratcher. It's as if Disney threw away everything that made the 1937 Snow White a magical and timeless fairy tale.
I didn't even see, but I saw the logo and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
The 2025 version comes with some baffling changes that have left audiences confused, and not in a good way. For instance, the original backstory where Snow White's name came from her fair, snow-white skin is completely gone. Instead, Disney decided to rewrite her name as a result of surviving a snowstorm. Yes, you heard that right. A snowstorm. That's the big modern twist they thought people were waiting for. While Disney claims it's an effort to be more progressive and current, it feels like they've completely missed the point. Fans adored the original for its enchanting fairy tale magic, iconic dwarfs, a wicked queen, and a princess with an unforgettable origin. By removing these key elements, Disney risks alienating the very audience that made Snow White a classic in the first place.
They're hijacking our childhoods. I'm not sure why they're even calling it Snow White at this point. You're going to have no love story. You're changing the 7 dwarfs to 7 diverse magical beings. I think it's an absolute atrocity to hijack our childhoods.
Swapping all of that for a random snowstorm doesn't just weaken the magic of the story. It pushes away the very people who grew up loving this classic. And here's the kicker. Those same fans are now parents, eager to share these timeless tales with their kids. But how can they, when Disney has turned the story into a strange, modernized version that feels forced? The truth is, Disney seems to be bending over backward to appear innovative and inclusive, but in doing so, they've lost what made these stories special in the first place. It's almost like they're so desperate to please a new audience that they've abandoned the loyal fans who supported them for years. And let me tell you, those longtime fans are not taking this quietly. If Disney keeps prioritizing flashy changes over beloved traditions, they might find themselves losing the very audience they need the most.
Your generation want to trash everything that's classic and everything that I believed in. No, let me have my say. From my childhood, everything is trash. Everything is non-diverse and it's wrong.
Rachel Zegler, Disney's pick for the Snow White reboot, has been at the center of controversy from the very start. However, it's her public remarks that have truly turned up the heat. Zegler hasn't shied away from sharing her opinions, which lean heavily into the modernized or woke side of Hollywood. She's made it clear that this version of Snow White won't be waiting for a prince to save her or daydreaming about true love. It's as if her mission is to shred every piece of the original fairy tale charm and replace it with whatever happens to be trendy right now. Insiders claim her influence on the film's direction has been significant, reportedly pushing it toward a modern take, Disney's code for throwing out everything that made these classic stories magical. Fans are left wondering if this reboot is really about creativity or just following Hollywood's current agenda. Rachel Zegler has also found herself at the center of heated clashes behind the scenes. Word is her outspoken views have rubbed several people the wrong way, and not in a positive way. It almost seems like she's using Snow White as a platform to promote her personal beliefs, turning a fairy tale into something far more divisive. Naturally, that hasn't gone over well. Fans have been vocal about their disappointment, saying they wanted the whimsical, innocent Snow White they grew up loving, not a darker, more cynical version of a character who didn't need changing in the first place.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White.
Zegler's approach, paired with Disney's decisions, seems to clash with what audiences truly want, a faithful retelling of a beloved classic. Instead, they're being handed a politically charged remake that feels more like a betrayal than a celebration of the original story. Let's shift the spotlight to the real queen amidst all this chaos, Gal Gadot. She's taken on the role of the evil queen, and if there's one thing Disney has managed to get right with this film, it's casting her. Gal brings an undeniable charm and magnetism that are hard to overlook. In a production that seems to be spiraling out of control, she's quickly becoming the one steady force holding everything together. While Disney initially focused their promotional efforts on Rachel Zegler, it's becoming clear that Gadot is the real reason people are excited about this movie.
I don't see anything. We're still waiting.
You see yourself as the evil queen. You are not evil. You are not evil. You're a queen, but you're not evil.
And honestly, who can blame them? Over the years, Gal has cemented herself as a fan favorite, thanks to her commanding presence and natural charisma, qualities that make her a perfect fit for this role. Disney's decision to lean more on Gadot in their marketing campaign is no accident. It's a calculated move to salvage what's left of this troubled project. Disney seems to understand that Gal Gadot might be their best chance to win back audiences after everything that's gone wrong with this movie. In many ways, she's become the film's unofficial face, with her scenes now being pushed front and center. And let's be honest, it's likely because she's one of the very few things fans are genuinely looking forward to. The more we see of Gadot's involvement, the more it becomes clear that her presence is starting to overshadow Zegler's role. It's as if Disney has figured out where their real strength lies and is now leaning heavily into it. By shifting the spotlight to Gadot, they're quietly signaling that she could be the saving grace of this entire production. Her undeniable star power might just be the thing that turns the tide for the movie when it finally hits theaters.
Always grateful, and I have to pinch myself for the love and the appreciation.
Rumors are swirling that the tension between Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot has hit its breaking point, leading to some heated arguments on set. Allegedly, Zegler has been throwing serious shade at Gadot, accusing her of undermining her role and stealing the spotlight. It's turning into a real mess behind the scenes. Sources say Zegler is far from happy with how the film is shaping up, especially with Gadot's character receiving more attention. The whispers go even further, claiming that Zegler demanded certain scenes featuring Gadot be cut. Imagine that, trying to reduce screen time for the movie's main villain, who also happens to be one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Unsurprisingly, this has left Disney executives scrambling to figure out how to deal with the chaos. If these rumors are true, it's no wonder Disney is starting to feel the heat. Managing this level of drama is no easy task. This ongoing drama has only added to the chaos surrounding the production, with plans for reshoots now caught up in these conflicts. You have a film that's already struggling, and on top of that, its two lead actresses seem unable to get along. The constant tension has completely derailed Disney's marketing strategy. What was supposed to be a smooth and polished promotional campaign has turned into damage control. Reports suggest Disney is now shifting focus to Gal Gadot, likely banking on her star power to distract from the controversy. But at this point, it's unclear if even Gadot's presence will be enough to save this sinking ship. The turmoil on set isn't just a small headache for Disney, it's a full-blown crisis. And let's face it, if they can't fix this mess soon, the entire project could be in serious jeopardy. Snow White 2025 may end up being remembered for all the wrong reasons. It feels like Disney has trapped itself with this troubled remake. After pouring an eye-watering $300 million into the film, the costs are now skyrocketing even further due to reshoots. Reports suggest Disney is spending an extra $25 million just to patch things up. But there's no guarantee this will solve the problem. In fact, it's starting to look like a textbook case of throwing good money after bad. For a company that's been known for smashing box office records, these missteps are beginning to reveal cracks in their once solid foundation. The ongoing production delays and behind-the-scenes chaos only add fuel to the fire. Disney simply can't afford to keep missing deadlines or shuffling release dates, especially with shareholders watching their every move. Each delay doesn't just increase costs, it also chips away at the excitement and interest that audiences might have had for this film. Let's be honest, with every new report of on-set drama, people are quickly losing interest, and Disney's reputation is taking a serious hit. It's no secret that Disney has been struggling lately, with multiple big-budget failures dragging them down. Their financial standing isn't nearly as secure as it once was, and with the massive amount of money already sunk into Snow White 2025, it's going to take a lot more than quick PR fixes to save this project from disaster. But here's the bigger issue. This mess goes beyond Disney. It highlights a wider disconnect in Hollywood, where studios keep pushing woke remakes that audiences didn't ask for. By prioritizing modern lectures over timeless magic, Disney risks driving away the very fans who loved these stories to begin with. Gal Gadot's portrayal of the evil queen, which sticks closer to the original character, resonates far more with audiences than Rachel Zegler's divisive, agenda-driven approach. Disney's response says it all. They're now leaning heavily on Gadot for their marketing, while Zegler's role continues to push fans away. If Disney doesn't rethink their approach and start prioritizing storytelling over politics, they risk losing their most loyal audience for good. So, what do you think? Is Disney's strategy doomed, or can they turn it around? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.